Okay. It's me again. I couldn't merge those videos together because that topic was just gonna, it's just literally gonna be named as a stepfather. Cause I'm just childhood jacked up history. Cause you can't merge the two. You just can't merge the two. That shit was deep. Seriously. And it's literally the truth. But anyway, the second guy, it's not really much to tell about him, to be honest. He sorry, I was reading my message. What was I saying? What was I saying? I'm sorry, sidetracked. He wasn't, it's not really much to tell with him. He didn't want a relationship. Like, he did not want to do a commitment for nothing. He didn't want to be with me. He just wanted to do everything except for have that title. And I gave it to him. I gave him everything except for that title. But it was some occasions where I would pull up to his apartment because I didn't hear nothing from him. And I would pull up to his apartment. And he got girls over there. And then I would be like, really? And he'll be like, well, we not in a relationship. But the moment I got dressed up and left out, he would have a whole entire fit. I will never understand that, but I'm reading red flags like it's not nothing. You tell me you don't want a relationship, literally hauling ass. Deuces, take care, not wasting any more of my life. But yeah, he just didn't want a commitment. He didn't want a relationship. And then I guess it's just a 3-year, well, it was a 3-year mark because the first one, the love of my life that I thought was the love of my life anyway, I ended that at 3 years. And then the second one, I ended him also at 3 years because I feel like if you don't move, honestly, if you don't move in one, that's a problem. But I stood around because when I was the age that I was like, okay, well, he says that he don't want a relationship, but I'm going to get with him and I'm going to show him who I am and I'm going to show him my personality and he going to change his mind. He going to want to be in a relationship with me. That failed. It didn't happen. He never wanted to be in a relationship. He didn't even like kids. He couldn't stand kids. He said he never wanted to get married. Like, never wanted to get married. And his excuse was his finances wasn't all of that. But honestly, I swear to God, I feel like if you based having a relationship and having kids off of your finances, you're probably not gonna do nothing for a while because it takes that time to build. You can't just snap your fingers and you're gonna be wealthy. It doesn't happen that way. I mean, not ever. But so yeah, I ended up leaving him. Well, I just was like, that was the last straw of me walking over there. And then when I was trying to open the door, because I heard them in the house, I was trying to open the door. He was like, man, I said stop. And he yelled mad loud. And it triggered me because the first guy that I was with had a temper, and I was realizing he also had a temper and also had a fallout with my sister because I think we was in the house one day and he had said something and I had said something to him and he got smart, and then my sister got back smart with him and he's just literally tried to chop her out off, but she wasn't hearing it because she's a little Chucky doll, and she literally attacked him back, stormed out of the house. And when I tried to get up to go after her, he was like, nah, you gonna sit right here in case somebody come over here and asking questions, you can explain it, which kind of makes it seem like I didn't even have my sister back because I didn't even walk out with her. I had him stop me from walking out the house, which I also regret. I don't know what it is about these guys literally coming head on at my family members, at my sisters. How much of a man do you really feel yelling at a female, for real? But anyway, that happened, and it took me to go over his house again, and I think I did love him, and I kept asking him for a relationship. And I'm also starting to learn, when you are with your true guy, your true soulmate, I don't think you really gotta ask to be with him. Matter of fact, I don't even really think you gotta ask him to marry you. I think he's just gonna naturally want to do that, literally, without you even asking. I know that now, but I didn't then. And I walked away from him, and I was working at Fry's Electronics, and I met this guy at Fry's, and I didn't even really like him because when you swiping left and swiping right, when you swiping right and swiping left, you know, when you're not really feeling somebody, you like left swipe. He's one of the guys that I would swipe. Okay. But I had a whole group of friends, and most of the friends that I had wasn't the ones that I should have been hanging around, because they was getting me into trouble. And I was easily influenced. Like, oh my God, I was so easily influenced. You could tell me anything and I would believe that shit. I swear to God. Which is never a good thing. Never a good thing to be thrown out in the world and just believe anything anyone says. So, I met him. I didn't really even meet him. I was in Fry's Electronics. It was mad niggas around. Mad guys. Mad guys. And I'm like, in my head, I'm guy crazy. I'm like, let me go throw some white jeans on, get cute, walking in with heels. And I did just that. And I was getting a TV, and he helped me bring my TV home. And we had a conversation, and he told me he only had one kid, and that he was single, and that it was just him. Remember, I said I was I believed anything anyone told me. Like, literally. I was just like, well, you don't got no reason to lie. I just saw the pure in everyone. Like, I was just like, well, I don't, why would I have to question that? He said he got one kid, he got one kid. He said he's single, he's single. Like, what's, And mostly what I liked about him is when, like, if he asked me to take my car up the street to the store, he would fill my tank up all the way on full. Or, like, if I was walking past him, because it was secret, because we didn't want everyone to know. When it was, because I had already left the other guy. So when it was, like, secret, he would come to me and be like, you got any cash on you? And I would be like, no, you pull out some cash. And it wasn't even a lot of cash. It was probably like $60, $40. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so impressed. He literally just asked me that I needed any cash, and he just gave me $40 whole dollars. Oh my God. Clearly, I had no experience, and I was just as dumb as they were, literally. So, yeah, one thing led to another, and next thing you know, I was pregnant. I was pregnant. But get this, when I was pregnant, the other guy tried to come back and was like, hey, I miss you. I really want you to come back. It's been months. I really want you to come back. I refuse. I should have never let you just walk away. He said everything except, I'll give you a relationship. If that's what you want, I will be with you. Because he still wanted to pull the same shit. He still wanted to weigh me back in there and do everything except for commit. And I was not trying to hear that. I just wasn't. So, I'm listening to him, and I'm just like, it doesn't even matter, to be honest. I already started talking to a guy, and I'm actually pregnant. And that was my first child. I didn't use protection. He could have gave me a whole disease, to be honest. I didn't use protection. He literally, like, all inside me. I didn't pull out. I didn't think any of that. I'm just out there living life reckless, and didn't even know that I was living my life reckless. But yeah, so that was the end of him. But you know what? I look on his Facebook page to this day now. Why is he married and he got kids? Perfect example of guys string you along. If they tell you they don't want a relationship, believe them and run. I am so serious, because he told me he was never getting married. He was never having kids, and he got kids, and he married right now. And I used to look in the mirror and be like, what was wrong with me? Why didn't he marry me? He just wasn't my guy. He just wasn't the person for me. And he knew that probably before I even did. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that is enough. I didn't touch back on childhood. I didn't touch back on the second guy. The third guy is the charm, I guess. That's what they say, right? Third guy is the charm. Except he wasn't. He was far from the charm. I thought so in my eyes. For 13 years, I thought so. 13 years. I just thought he was riding for me. I thought he would do anything for me. And who doesn't want a man to love them and do anything for them? Who doesn't want that? So, yeah. We leaving off with, I'm pregnant now. And I'm like, I don't have no kids, but my sister, she had kids, and my mom, she had 9. So obviously I'm not by myself. And I'm just like kind of happy. A little me walking around here. I'm gonna have a baby walking around here, like, and it's gonna be my baby. So I'm a little happy. And I'm like, okay, let me just break it to the family and let them know, because I didn't even tell them I was talking to anybody. So this is just gonna come as a surprise. And they're gonna be like, with who? So we leaving off at I was pregnant, or I'm pregnant. And the next video would be all about the third guy. But get this. It's going to be all about the third guy. But there's so much shit. It's not even going to be one video of him. I'll probably have to do 3 different videos. 3 different videos, or even 4. Because the shit that I went through with him, like I said before, it's not normal. And the fact that I'm still here, whole, like sane, like not crazy, not a diabetic because I was stressed so much, or don't have high blood pressure because I was just so like, just so out of it, eating what I wanted to eat, doing like just literally is insane to me. It's a blessing in disguise. And I can't even look at the whole situation like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I really hate that I went through this situation. I learned a lot from this whole situation. And that is the beauty of it. And that's why I'm working on me. I'm working on me. And I feel like I said in my title, that this is my story and I'm gonna tell it. You know what I mean? Because when you did all the shit that you did to me, it wasn't a secret, was it? So why get mad if I tell it? So, like I said, till next time.